like we're at the halfway stage after this one. I suppose it needs to be uphill from here, doesn't it, or improve from here?
Well, yeah, it's certainly uphill from the position we're in at the moment, but it's not impossible. So we keep going. We're into the new year pretty soon, and if we keep our focus and our determination, then we can move forward.
How much do you feel that the new formation has improved you as a side?
Well, it's certainly changed our approach to the games. It's given us a bit of confidence. We're still losing games with it. It's not as if we're gaining points by having the system, but certainly our efforts have changed, and our mood is definitely up for the challenge ahead. So yeah, it suits the players. They've all bought into it. It's something we've been thinking about for a long time. We played it in the Championship a few times, but it's something that we have to use to the best effect. And at the moment, we're getting performances, but we're not getting results.
I wonder, because of the way things were at the start of the season, how much the transfer window, how important it will be for you in terms of being able to try and mould the squad a little bit to how you want it to be.
The transfer window in January is always a precarious one anyway. Most of the teams don't do very much buying in January. Maybe the big teams try to do maybe the odd player here and there if they can get it over the line, but they prefer to wait until either the end of the season or the beginning of the season. I think there are options in the loan market, but usually those are the players that are probably a bit disgruntled at other clubs or not getting their opportunity. So whether they're up to speed or not is always what you've got to look for. But we are certainly looking. But it's a big month, January.
I mean, I wonder whether you want to do that more than most because of the circumstances. You weren't able to sort of mould the squad the way that you wanted at the start of the season, did you?
Well, we did mould the squad. We had a squad of 13 senior players and 5 kids, and we started the season very well. Then on the transfer window last day, really, we invested in 6 players. Some we bought and some we got in from sort of the under-23 area of other teams. But we had to do that in order to get the numbers up. We've done that. We've lost a few through injury. I think the biggest blow this season for us has been the injuries to Keane and to Odibejo over the long term. In Moses' case, he was really looking forward to the Premier League. That hasn't happened for him, so there is a determination from the squad to make sure we stay in it so that he has that opportunity next season.
And would you be looking more on the loan side rather than
Well, at this present moment in time, we're looking for any options we can possibly bring into this football club. I think one of the biggest challenges for any player coming into this football club is the position we're in at the moment. And if they're courageous enough and they want that challenge to either put their name out there to the clubs that they're at, or they want to show that they are better than where they're at, then this is the club to come for that challenge. We can give them that opportunity, and if we can get the right players with the right credentials, then that is what we'll try and do.
How does it make a manager like yourself feel when you see the likes of Bob Bradley being given the push after just a handful of games in the show?
Yeah, I know Bob. I've spoke to Bob many times when I was assistant manager, and he's a good guy with a good idea of the game. He's got a good work ethic, and when you take on a football club that is in a position that is struggling, you need the opportunity to do your job. Obviously, results determine the moods of individuals and people and players, but I think deep down every manager wants the opportunity to have time to try and bring something to the table. 80 days is it, or 80 odd days, doesn't seem too long to try and get the message across, but we know that the Premier League is all about the money and the business. Supporters get frustrated at certain times. I suppose owners get frustrated at times because of their investment, and unfortunately managers suffer from that.
Abel Hernandez, what's the story?
Yeah, Belly's out jogging. He's out there doing his recuperation. He's probably still 10 days to 2 weeks away from being back to where we want him to be. So it's still work in progress.
And the European City of Culture is virtually upon us.
Yeah, good.
As a flagship for this area, you presumably you need to stay in the Premier League to give everybody a lift around that.
Yeah, I think this is a big rugby area as well, and I think all sports, want to be part of the City of Culture. They all want to do their bit to make sure that Hull is out there and being spoken about in the best way possible. And if you have a successful football team, you have a successful rugby teams, and all the other sports that go with it, then it's great.
Everton, I suppose it's about keeping the likes of Lukaku quiet and bobbing him in at the other end, isn't it?
Yeah, just a small matter of of those things to take care of. But from my point of view, I'm looking at my squad, my team, and the efforts they're putting in are just not being rewarded at this moment in time. So hopefully this next game gives us that opportunity to strike and get 3 points.
And just finally, the triple jeopardy rule that came into play at the Spurs penalty last night. Are you aware of the triple jeopardy rule and how it works?
No, I don't really want to be. It sounds like a Christmas board game to me. I think it's open to interpretation. The rule's out there, whatever that rule may be. It just seems to confuse everybody. But we live with these rules. We have to put up with them. We suffered from a few decisions this year. Some of our own making, some not of our own making. So if we question them too much, we never really get to the bottom of the answers anyway.
Mike, given that, as you say, results haven't matched the performances, is there any sense that heads are dropping? No,
I don't see that. We're pretty open as staff and honest with the players at this football club. They understand that we all need to do better when it comes to trying to win the football match. I think what they've shown is a great appetite and a great passion for their play in the Premier League. It's difficult for them, but I don't think for one instance they've dropped away from the challenge, and I think they're all ready and willing to take it on again in the new year.